NFL picks week 15. It's still tight between Ice and Black. Let's go through the standings. Icewater, last week he went 8-7. He has a 134-74 record, followed by Black. He has a 8-7 record. He's still behind by one game, 133 and 75 losses. I took a little tumble. Went under 500 last week with a 6-9 record. I was trying to swing for the fences. I have to admit, I have a 129-79 record, and Pop had a 7-8 record. He is in last place at 126.82, and talked to him a little bit yesterday. I'm like, hey, we only got a few weeks left. He was like, it don't matter. It don't matter. Throw the towel in, Pop. Throw the towel in. I would say, I don't know. So let's summarize what happened last week. Let me go to Black this week. Give me a summary of what happened last week, man. What you see?
It's funny, man. Looking at the schedule of games last week, and some of these games, man, just blowing you right off the water, right out of the water. I mean, who would have thought? I know I took the Texans. The Jets can't score all year, and they put up 30 points. Come on, man. The Jets put up 30. Then you got teams like Miami, against Tennessee, giving up 14 points in 3 minutes. I don't know if that's good football, good coaching. I don't know. Some of these teams, I don't know what to think, man. I really don't know what to think. But overall, not a bad week of football. It's just that it's getting to the point now, as far as picking, man, it's a little tough. But, hey, we got 3 weeks to go. It's going to come down, as always, to Ice and myself. We're going to see what's going to happen, man. We're going to see what's going to happen. I'm not trying to couch y'all, Puma, but, we see what it is. Pops in the back riding around with basically bald tires.
All right, I'm tired of hearing him. Let's go to your summary.
Hey, man, look, it's tight. I thought it was going to be week 14. Apparently, it's going to be week 15. I told y'all, I thought I was going to get him a week early, but it didn't work out where it's supposed to. But all good, though. We still where we need to be sitting there. Chicago over Detroit, really?
I said last week I had a feeling.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't have the guts to pull that trigger, but I had a feeling.
Yeah, I didn't either. Justin Fields said, "The hell with all of us." Chicago, everybody. I'm gonna play somewhere and I'm gonna be all right. So y'all want to believe in me? I'm gonna be okay no matter where you send me. So kudos to him for that, because he's doing the damn thing. He just taking the situation for what it is. Bengals over Indy, man. I was like, woo! I was like, this. The one thing about the Bengals coach, we know that Burrow is the guy, and everybody knows that's what they rely on. But what he's been able to do with Browning is put him in a good place where he doesn't have to really make super plays. You just got to use what you have. And one of the things you have to do is, when you don't have your major quarterback like that, use Joe Mixon, bro. Joe Mixon has been balling lately. Just let Joe Mixon do what he does. And, he don't need Chase. He's cool, but you got tight ends. You got a lot of people there. And their defense has been flying around too. So I think they're in a good place, because I think collectively they're playing well. And they showed you that against Indianapolis, because I was a little nervous. It was 14-0. I was out watching the game. Then it was 14-0. I was like, oh, damn. And then I was like, go and get a little Minshew. Get Minshew. And they started tagging him a little bit. He got a little tight. And I was like, yeah, they're going to be all right now, because the Bengals just kept going. And, they have another secondary back that ran well also last week. So they just kind of trudged along. It wasn't pretty, but it was enough. And I think that's how they're going to win games the rest of the way. I'm not saying they're going back to the Super Bowl or nothing like that, but you can tell they've kind of found a way to win without Joe. So we'll see what happens down the line.
Yeah, the two games, there are 3 games that really messed me up. And not based on what I picked, but just watching them, the Raiders and, in Minnesota. Come on, 3 points. You're professionals. Come on. I know it's hard to play football in the NFL, but you can't score. You practice all week. And the Monday night games, really, Miami, I don't know what they're thinking. Me and Pop talked about it earlier. It's the coaching. How you lose that game against the Titans, and they were trying to give it to you. They were trying to give you that game, literally, and they took it. And then Green Bay and the Giants. I'm glad the Giants won, but I wasn't looking to see DeVito take over and really look like a pro quarterback. Fool's gold, Giants. Don't get sold on that. Don't get sold on that. get you a quarterback, get you what you need. They're just playing out the season. And Green Bay, they look great one week, and then they look like, they average 25 years of age the next week. So, who knew? All right, let's go with the pick order this week. Black is going first, followed by Ice, and I'm following Ice, and then Pop is picking last. I have his picks. So this week's matchups on Thursday, it's I don't know if this one's going to be any good either. The Los Angeles Chargers at Las Vegas Raiders. Black, what you got?
I was thinking about this a couple of days ago, man. I'm thinking we get to week, 16, 17, and you and Pop got no chance to win. We should even put your bids in, bro. We should just kind of like do elimination, like a playoff, like just kind of move on. Anyway,
there is
bro.
a week 18.
That's what I'm saying. 7 and 18, why play? But anyway, don't play if you can't win.
I'm still trying to beat the experts in CBS. I mean, me and Pop can still beat the experts in CBS.
Hey, Pops, you know I love you sometimes. Anyway, we got the man. You just talked about the Raiders, man, and what's the name? The Chargers. This was Chargers and the Raiders. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Chargers are out their quarterback, so that's even. You're like, wow, he's not gonna be playing the rest of the year. Ah, man, this one is. It's like one of those games where you close your eyes and just kind of like, whatever come out of your mouth, you choose. I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers only because the Chargers, I think, can run the football. They come down to they might be able to run the football a little bit. If the Raiders couldn't put any points up against Minnesota, I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers, man.
All right, Ice, who you got?
They're already bad. The Chargers are already bad without Herbert. And then you put in the Eastern Stick. Really? Okay. Eastern Stick. But they're already bad and what their coach already is known for. And Lord knows I don't trust the Raiders at all. I do not. You can't trust them. Can't trust them. Can't do it. Can't do it. But because every game you think is going to be the right game is always the opposite. So that's why I think Black chose the Chargers. Who won with the Raiders, man? Who won with the Raiders? They're at home. They have shown a little moxie. I just don't, that coach with the Chargers, man. Nah. And if I'm wrong, I'll stand on it. But I wouldn't cross the street if he told me that it was all clear. Bad.
That's pretty bad. But he's been that bad. He's been really bad. Yeah. I got to go with Las Vegas. Pop is going with Las Vegas too. You got to redeem yourself. And Coach Pierce, if you want that job, you better put the whip to that offense and score at least 30, 40 points in this game. Against the Chargers, a team that you pretty much know and you pretty much have partially owned over the years, take it. Take this game because the coach is going to give it to you. Chargers coach is going to give it to you. Take it. Next game on tap is Minnesota at Cincinnati. Black, who you got?
Ooh, Cincinnati, man. Based on what they're doing and cooking, Minnesota, I think the Wills basically they've done as much as they can. They squeeze as much toothpaste as they can out the tube. Bengals, baby.
All right. All right, so you got?
Yeah, man. I feel sorry for Joshua Dobbs because he was on the road for a minute. He was hot. I think they saw the tape though. They got the film on you now. Once they get the tape on you, then they start doing stuff to you. And Minnesota's kind of struggling. And the Bengals, they're feeling some kind of way right now. And this is the type of game they're winning at home, right? They're looking forward to it. They're fired up. So I'm going with the Bengals.
All right. If I'm not mistaken, they have benched Dobbs and brought in the other quarterback, the backup quarterback.
Nick Mullins, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a tough break for him because it seems like every team he gets to, he plays really well, and then all of a sudden he hits the skid, and then he gets benched, and then inevitably he'll be traded somewhere else. But I'm going with Cincinnati. They look good. Their quarterback looked good last week. They really surprised me. Pop is going with Cincinnati. That's Cincinnati across the board. Next game on tap is Pittsburgh at Indianapolis, and Pop said that that Pittsburgh coach, I don't think going to be there for long, but he's been there for 17 years. He has a better record than his predecessor during this particular time in this stint. So I don't see Pittsburgh kind of making a change. I would like for them to, but I don't think they're making a change.
You might be right here. I think, and the pressure's on, but I think the problem is Mike Tomlin, what he's associating himself, the people he associates himself with. Brian Leftwich is out there, bro. You could have brought him in, changed that offense right during the offseason and got things picked up. And that's been the problem. That defense now is just worn down. As they travel to Indianapolis, you know, this is a tough one because Pittsburgh defense will play well, but you still have is what's name still quarterback, and the quarterback for Pittsburgh still is the old Chicago quarterback.
Trubisky. They've been asking for Mason, but Trubisky.
He's not much better.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying that. I'll take the Colts, man. I'll take the Colts.
I see.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have said that. No, I'm just playing. But no, Trubisky, man. The Colts had a lot of spirit. They played strong against the Bengals last week. It's just that Bengals just was ready and fired up and did a lot more than what they had to do. And I'm not sure. I mean, even though the Pittsburgh defense has been known to get fired up behind Watt, Trubisky, man, you just can't do that. Especially the Colts at home. They've been playing with a lot of inspiration. So I think they were. Well, they're probably a little pissed after losing that game. They thought they could have won against the Bengals. So I'm going to go with Minshew and Colts.
Yeah, I was watching that game last week, and they were looking at Trubisky, and the commentator was like, everybody has the same info on Trubisky. He can't read defenses. He can't read them. He's not able to read them. And I remember when years ago, I said in Chicago, they were teaching him how to do the 5 and 7 and, step drops and all. They were teaching him how to be a quarterback. So if you have to teach him that, there's no way he can read defense at this particular point. So I don't know if there's a block. I don't know what's going on. Why Pittsburgh brought him up and paid him is beyond me.
That's the question, man. I mean, not a question to be answered, but you think about Pittsburgh paid him some money. And think about this. Chicago moved up in the draft. Yeah. They interviewed this cat. Did they look at him? I mean, what did people imagine he was going to be? I don't get it. He keeps getting opportunities when he shows you.
He always had a big arm, but don't have the capacity to play quarterback, then, what good is the big arm? Me and Papa going to Indianapolis also. Next game on tap is Denver at Detroit. And I'm going to say here, I saw them in Thanksgiving, saw them in this game. Detroit's not for real. They're just not for real. I mean, all that hype and them leading the division, they're slowly slipping in that division. Black, who you got?
It starts with the quarterback, man. I guess they thought they had something over the years when they traded away Stafford and they brought him in. It's been 3 years now, and he's playing worse now than he did when you brought him in. He gives you a couple of good games. He's fools goals, bro. For that reason, I'm taking the Broncos. With their defense, yeah, I'm taking Denver.
All right, so you got?
I really want to take Detroit. I really do. But watching Denver play defense a couple games ago and just where they're at, Russell Wilson didn't have to do a lot. I know y'all was when they played Houston, and I know you guys were all up on Russell Wilson talking about how horrible it was and turned it over. But the defense was stepping up. They have a couple standouts on defense, and I'm really starting to see them get hyper. And you can tell the players are really good because every time you turn around, they're making plays, right? You're like, dude got what, 18 tackles? So, yeah, even though I want to take Detroit at home, I don't trust them. And I like the way that the Denver defense they're in the hurt business. They play old school football. Like, used to punish dudes when you're real physical, and you start jumping around when they down on the ground twitching, and you still celebrating. That's what Denver defense is doing right now. So I'm gonna roll with that because I like that. I like that energy. You want to make sure dudes not, hurt real bad or anything, not going out on the stretcher. But them dudes, man, they playing with some anger for real. So Denver, that's enough for me. Denver.
All right. I'm going with the Denver Broncos. Pop is going with Detroit. Next game on tap is Chicago at Cleveland. Black, who you got?
Was drop this out real quick. I saw earlier Roger Goodell speaking where the league's gonna be playing a game in Brazil. So passport bros, I know right now, man, they probably shine their passports up right now. What they do? Oh, Cleveland, man. I'm gonna take Cleveland. Even though Cincinnati, and I said Chicago looked good last week, Phil's is basically auditioning for another team. Cleveland at defense, man. And not to mention, they can't guard that tight end with Joe Flacco. I don't know what's going on. Joe Flacco looked like he looked like Roger Staubach a little bit without the mobility. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna take Cleveland though.
All right, Ice, what you got?
You know what's weird about this is I want to see Justin Fields do well. He's been putting up some numbers, and you're like, how's that possible? I think he's just willing that team. But then I watch Cleveland. I know their defense, even when they struggle, like you said, Joe Flacco, man. I'm sitting there going like, that's the old Joe Flacco. I'm like, damn, look at Joe Flacco. Look like he played back some plays. Then you get to that point where you go, I'm sitting there watching very closely, and I'm reading the paper, reading whatever I'm reading online, and they putting Joe Flacco like we putting him back on the practice squad and all this other stuff. They playing this numbers game, something. So they're like saying, well, he's gonna be on the practice squad, even though he's gonna be starting the rest of the year. I was like, what the? I mean, that's the NFL. But I'm like, are y'all trying to tell us something or whatever? But that's enough for me. Cleveland. Okay? And he wants to be in Cleveland, which means he's going to play better, and he has. Going to take care of the ball. He has that rah blue collar mentality right now, and you know I think Joe Flacco is glad to be anywhere because prior to this, they say he had already auditioned for a TV spot, and then he got the call. So
You say he wants
Cleveland
to
and
be in
Joe
Cleveland?
Flacco. Huh?
You say he wants to be in Cleveland?
Yeah, because he said, I mean, you know, he liked the situation. I mean, you think about it, the defense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like Randall Cunningham. When do you want to be a starter no more? Hell, you sit around there just chill and wait, and if they good, you ride them out. If they need you every once in a while, an emergency quarterback, get your money and play. Why not? It's the Randall Cunningham syndrome.
Yeah, I guess so. Me and Papa going with Cleveland also, so it's Cleveland across the board. Next game on tap is Tampa Bay at Green Bay. Green Bay stunk it up against the Giants last week, gave up a game. Black, who you got?
Green Bay going back home, so I'm gonna take them for that reason, man. Tampa Bay was impressive last week, but I don't think Green Bay gonna have 2 bad weeks. They're going back home. The crowd will be behind them. I don't trust Faker going up to Lambeau and pulling this out. Green Bay.
All right, Ice, who you got?
Yeah, man. I wish Tampa Bay was at home. I sure would take them. Something about that warm weather. It should be that cold in Green Bay this time, but I saw Mike Evans catch another touchdown. I was like, there he is, the Hall of Famer. I just feel for him, man, because I mean, I was like, wow, there he is. But Green Bay, as ugly as it may be, they get down by like 14 points. And then they make this strong
Comeback.
Push. And they may not win every game, but every once in a while they're gonna be in it. And Mr. Love is feeling pretty good. He's showing a little moxie, feeling good like he's ready to do something. They're not winning the Super Bowl, but I think they'll find a way at home against Baker Mayfield. So I'm going with Green Bay.
Yeah, it's been in the 20s here, and I know it's colder up north, so I'm going with Green Bay. Tampa Bay usually don't travel to cold areas and play really well, so I'm going with Green Bay. Papa's going with Green Bay also, and he said on our telephone call today, it's going to be cold up there. I said, yeah, it's cold here. Next game on tap is Houston at Tennessee. They had to put our boy in concussion protocol in this game. And I was looking at the score and I'm like, what happened? So when I tuned into the game, found out what happened, I'm like, oh, okay, I see now. Black, who you got?
Yeah, man. That's got to slow them down, man. Tennessee is a grinder. Like you said, they try to give the game away Monday night. Them being home, that quarterback Tennessee has is for real. He needs some more players around him. I think it's time for a new coach, but I'm going to take the Titans, man. Take the Titans.
Ice, who you got?
Yeah, I watched the interview after Tennessee won the game with Will Levis, and he was so fired up, man. And he was just like, whoa, yeah. He almost knocked the coach down. Thought he was on some stuff. I was like, man, you need to calm down because people gonna start looking at you, what you on, and looking like you just roided up with his muscles all out and everything. I was like, dude, you need to get off one of them sessions anyway. But I'm just saying, listen. But I think that that will be enough. If CJ Stroud is not playing, that's going to be tough. Even if he is playing, it would be rough because he's going to be a little gun shy. And the way that Tennessee came back and actually won the game, should not have won it, but they did. And you saw Henry step up a little bit. That's going to be enough at home. I think the way they won, Even though it was ugly and Miami gave it to him, that'll be enough to outlast the Texans.
All right. Did you guys see the play where Levin threw an interception, ran to the guy he threw the interception to, tackled him, made him fumble, and got the ball back?
Mm-mm.
This guy's on something. I don't know what he's on. he's muscle and jacked, and I've never seen a quarterback throw the ball, get mad, run down the field, get the guy, tackle the guy that intercepted the ball, got the ball back. And it was a first down when he got the ball back.
All right.
That's old school right there. So I'm going with Tennessee. Papa's going with Houston on this one. So next game on tap is the New York Jets at Miami. Black, who you got?
I'm going to tell you, this game has Jets written all over it, but I don't trust them. I'm not taking it. I'm not. After Monday night, Miami, I don't want them. I'm going to take Miami. I swear I don't want to. If this is a game here, that's a game about the Jets. The Jets could go into this game I'll basically man Miami's offense, just basically manhandle them. And Miami's weak, man. They're like a fruit roll-up type of offense, but you can push them around, punch them in the mouth. I'm being honest. So, but I'm gonna take Miami only because I feel if Miami get out early on the Jets and make them fight to come back, they should put the game away. The offense.
Right.
Got the Jets against Miami. We got.
Yeah, Jets defense caused a lot of issues. Plus the weather. Man, that weather was horrible in New York last week or in Jersey. The rain was coming down, just nasty. Couldn't throw the ball, but I think in Miami that's not going to be a problem. So that being said, Zach Wilson looked halfway decent. Zach Wilson, one thing, real quick. Aaron Rodgers tell you this. Remember, 17 is your best receiver. 17 is your best receiver. His last name is Wilson also. He is your best receiver. Remember that. He's still playing his tail off. Just don't forget him because he will save you sometimes. With that being said, you're still going to lose this week. I'm going with Miami.
All right. Me and Pop are going with Miami also. I'm feeling a little bit unsure about Miami. They came out really hot, scoring. Tyreek Hill, worried about him, whether or not he'll be able to play. But I got to go with Miami over the New York Jets. Next game on tap is Kansas City at New England. And I was looking at the Kansas City quarterback, Mahomes, and I thought he should have kept quiet because there were a number of things, and people have been talking about that situation this week. And usually, what I was telling Pop earlier is that usually when the offense, before the ball is snapped and there's a violation, they just stop the play. But it just seemed really suspicious that they scored on the play, and then all of a sudden, the flags went up. Just stop the play. Just stop the play. Stop the play. If it's, anything on the offense, you stop the play. So I'm not trying to tell referees how to do their job, but just stop the play when the offense has a violation. Stop the play. Black, who you got?
I think what happens, man, we fall in love with some characters and their characteristics, and then we feel sorry for them, bro. I don't care if he stopped the play, not stop the play. Homeboy was playing defense on that play. He was so far off the line of scrimmage. I'm serious, man. To get paid in the NFL, you can't be that bad off the line of scrimmage, man. Yeah. And the ref threw the flag immediately.
Yeah.
And I think Andy Reid and Mahomes, I love them both. Y'all like a bunch of fools at the end of that game, bro. You should be mad at your offense for dropping balls for years. They dropped balls in that game. And that touchdown was a fluke. I mean, was no penalty. It would have worked great. But right now, your problem with that team, your offense is not clicking. And Andy Reid, it's thanks to you, bro. You wanted to be cheap. You wanted to be cheap and pay these cheap receivers, and you're getting what you got. I'll take Kansas City in this game. They should go and take care of New England for the first time. The talk up here is that Bill is going at the end of this year. The talk is starting to swing. Before they said he had a contract, I don't think that was true. The news now is that this is his last year.
Yeah. The ironic thing, Ice, is that the very next play, Von Miller was offside across the line, and nobody called it. They just let it go. Your thoughts, man?
Yeah, it's tough. I know Kansas City is like, Mahomes got to be like, y'all can't be this damn bad. Seriously. I mean, you playing with probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and all we do is ask you to catch the ball. A lot of these guys have not been on winning teams and winning situations, and they dropping balls when counts. I know he's like, man, if I can't get Tariq Hill, but can I get somebody that can just get the damn ball? Somebody? And that's really tough for him because you can only make so many plays as a quarterback and keep clapping your hands for so much. You like you want to talk to somebody because like, dude, you're blowing games. You're blowing games. I can't throw you the ball anymore. So, but still, New England is just. I think Belichick knows it's time, bro. He ready to walk on out, and it'll be interesting to see who they replace him with. One of the retreads of the former coaching staff or not, but I think Kansas City will be a little PO'd, even if Mahomes had to run in 3 touchdowns himself, because Kelsey's girlfriend will probably be there, so they'll probably get it done. They like that Gillette Stadium, wherever the hell they playing up there in the Northeast. So I'm gonna go with Chiefs.
Yeah, Tariq Hill and Bieniemy. Don't know why you gave those two up. That's the two reasons I think they're really struggling. Kansas City, I got to go with you because I think they're going to be favorite, and New England's a mess. Papa's going Kansas City also. Next game on tap is the New York Giants, excuse me, at New Orleans. Black, what you got?
Keep it moving, boss. New Orleans. I'm going to talk about the Giants. I have no reason to. I can't understand. I turned that game for the last minute. And Harry Buck says, "Oh, it's a great story. He lives somewhere." He's a grown ass man. Go get an apartment. You're playing national football, dude. You live with your mom, so your mom make good cuts. Somebody want to have BS. So I don't care what nationality, man. That ain't no great story. That ain't, man. Go get your own space, ball. Stop it. Ain't nothing about that a great story. Stop it, man. Stop it.
Yeah, the Saints just, they're at home. Some of that good home cooking. Don't really worry about the quarterback. Just got to play a little defense, and you got 9 great receivers. Olave did pretty well last week, so somebody will step up. I just don't know if James is quarterbacking. I just hope somebody else is quarterbacking. But they will find a way at home. I think the Giants, like you said, it's tough runs for them right now, even though they won it. I don't think they'll be able to do it on the road. So I'm gonna go with the Saints.
All right. If I knew Jameis wasn't playing, I would have picked New Orleans last week, but Carr came in. I'm going with New Orleans. Papa's going with the Giants, surprisingly. Next game on tap is Atlanta at Carolina. Like, who you got?
Atlanta, Carolina. Good luck, Atlanta.
Ice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlanta. They try to stay close from time to time. Last week was real tough, but I just don't see Carolina being able to score the football, and I think that's going to be an issue because Falcons they're a little lively bunch, just a little lively bunch, and I think they're going to be okay. So they will win that game over the Carolina Panthers. So Atlanta.
All right, it's Atlanta across the board. Me and Pop picked Atlanta also. Next game on tap is Washington at the Los Angeles Rams. Black, who you got?
Rams, man. Rams making some noise. They believe they can get to the playoffs. And they played the Ravens very well. Very well. I'll take the Rams.
Yeah, I think the Ravens were very lucky to win that game. Ice,
Yeah, the Commanders, man, you don't know what the hell you're getting. It's like a potpourri. When you come out, you're like, look, who's going to do what? And is anybody going to step up? They surprise you sometimes. And I wonder what it's like in that locker room. But Rams look pretty good. We had a Cooper Kupp sighting. I didn't know he was still on the team. But they just kind of get hot from time to time. And I think particularly being at home is going to really help them. So I'll go with the Rams.
All right, it's Rams across the board. Even Pop said earlier this year he wasn't going to pick the Rams anymore. He said Rams today. Next game on tap is San Francisco at Arizona. This is a trap game. Black, who you got?
No, I think San Francisco too headstrong for this, man. I think in reality, they want Purdy to win the MVP. They're going to show up. I'm taking the 49ers.
All right. Ice?
Every time you talk about that little dude, you always talk about some trap.
Everybody knows. Everybody's picking San Francisco.
You and that. Something about you and that little dude, man. Every time they could play the most dominant team. Look like a trap game to me. Cause my man over there. Okay, all right. Now they don't want right now. You watch McCaffrey where they playing. And when Debo balling like that, they on one, and that defense is coming. They're so to a point now that the other defense want to fight the 49ers, and they so tired they don't even fight them dudes, man. They just like, y'all mad y'all lost. We're gonna go back into the locker room and get ready to do what we gotta do. So, but that trap game though, 13 and a half, I'm gonna trap that money.
Yeah. Yeah. San Francisco across the board, even though this game, just seems like it's too good to be true. We're all going for San Francisco. Next game on tap is Dallas at Buffalo. Dallas, MVP, Dak. Dallas going to the Super Bowl. I'm hearing it for the last few days, Black. You even picked Dallas. I'm so disappointed.
Well, I tell you what, man. The MVP talk is quiet down, but I got to give it to the head coach, man. He has that offense clicking, man. If you look at where they started beginning of the year, the offense is moving now, man. They're spreading the ball around quite a bit, and they're running plays. Man, that offensive line is blowing up holes, man. Buffalo's not good against the run. I'm taking the Cowboys again for 2 weeks, bro.
All right. Ice?
Wow. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Give
Week 15.
Hat and star, man, after a while.
Week 15.
Give you the hat and star.
Yeah.
Just give me the championship. That's all I want.
Week 15. Cowboys look real good. Dak was balling last week. What's the temperature going to be like in Buffalo?
It's going to probably be in the 20s and 30s.
MVP. MVP. MVP.
So they proved it to you?
Huh?
So they proved it to you last week?
Oh, man, I know they're going to the Super Bowl. I know it. I feel it. They finally showed me what I'm looking for. I know they're going to the Super Bowl. Now I can jump on the bandwagon like everybody else and ride these Cowboys all the way on to our first Super Bowl in 99 years. With that being said, I'm choosing Buffalo. Hell no. Are you kidding me? Man, Buffalo, they not the greatest, but it's going to be getting dark very quickly about 4:25 on Sunday. I got to turn those lights on, and that proved me wrong, bro. Prove me wrong again, and I'll take it. But you got me last week, and maybe I'm gonna be wrong, but that's all right. As long as I stay where I am and stay a little bit. But I told you, 15 is it. Dak, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you.
I called Pop. I never call him during the Dallas games, and I called him this game, and I was like, "There's a lot of whistles in this game, like every other play." I'm like, "What's going on? This game gonna be 5 hours." So to me, I was like, I don't know about this one, but I'm gonna go with Buffalo also. Pop is going with Dallas. He's sticking with his boys. Next game on tap is Baltimore at Jacksonville. Like, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Baltimore. It's gonna be a close game. I'll take Baltimore.
All right, Ice.
Wow, Sunday night. Jacksonville is Trevor Lawrence trying to do a little something, but we know what it's like. Marmar under the lights. I told you the three of us could play receiver with that dude, man. And the only thing is they can't make it get past, move in the advance in the playoffs. But if you want to just have a dude that can hit anybody and make everybody look good, even when he's not having the best game, that's Marmar. So on the road in Jacksonville Sunday night, I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I think Lamar will show off in this game and show America why he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league in this game. Pop is going with Marmar also. It's a clean sweep. Last game, Philadelphia at Seattle. Black, who you got?
Yeah, Philly needs this game, man. They really do, and I think they'll bounce back. Seattle played hard, but they're not going to play enough to win. I'll take Philly.
All right. Ice, who you got?
Is Geno Smith hurt, or they just replaced him?
He has a groin injury.
Oh, yeah. Even if he's back, he's going to be hurt. Because Philadelphia is overdue. They know they let that slip last week. They look like crap, and they got to get back on track. So I'll go with Philadelphia on the road.
Yeah, teams seem to have a lock on Metcalf and say, get inside his head, he's not effective during games. So I'm going with Philly. Pop is going with Philly also. Those are our picks. Make sure you check our Facebook page, the First 40 Sports Show, for our picks, and also our First 40 Sports Show and the Boxing Show. the fight game, Icewater and Puma. We'll check y'all later. Peace.